No worries. Ready? Ready when you are. Hello everyone and welcome to 1942 and you are in Russia. My favourite film, Enemy at the Gates. It's based on the World War II real history documentary style, first POV style film. Basically it's about the Russians charging over into the German lines to try and get back the motherland that was lost towards the Germans. I'm not the best with names, I normally butcher them, but Vasily is basically this guy right here, who basically is just a normal farmer boy who lived with his grandfather, who taught him how to use a sniper rifle just for hunting, but since he learned how to use a rifle, he got brought into the war by the Red Army. And to show how realistic it is and how probably the one you've seen in Call of Duty and that, I've got this scene here. And this was done by 98% accuracy to how many deaths there were and everything. As you can see there, it's pretty brutal, but that is exactly what it was like in the war. It had one department per scene, just looking at documents, reading through exactly how long the fight lasted, how many boats there were, how many men were on the ship, and they got it that accurate to try and make it that realistic. And the reason why I like the film as well is because back then, doing visual effects were very expensive, so they had like special makeup or something. So when they had like the airplanes come down to the bullet scenes, they had like I'm not sure like firecrackers and at like the bottom of the feet of the actors, and when it came to the strap, had more like electronically like set up, and then when it came to just detonate it, it looked like that had like the actors fall down and everything. And that took about 16 shots. Just to get that right, because there was either a fault with the crackers or people didn't look right to the director. And always, as every film, you've always got the bad guy. This is him. It's basically the complete opposite to what the main character is. He is high up class German for, I think he was like a commissioner, like high rank, so he's been doing through World War I and then he's gone to World War II. Being a sniper, and he got brought in because of that many kills by the Russian it's not Basil, that he needs to be taken out quickly. So this guy was called in by the head office, and there's been like head-to-head fights. And one scene I can't actually get the right scene because I did have it, but I didn't actually show the fight scene. It was in different sections, but it was a very intense fight. And then also, since then he only got injured and not killed, which led to this scene here, where they're like having a lookout, so both were pinned down each other, and there was a boy, I think it was, or a girl, was helping the Russian, but he's like helping the German out, but telling him false information about it so he can get killed by the Russian guy. And obviously from that is he gets killed. He doesn't save the whole war, but he helps him because he not only he's the enemy, he's also been taken down like the main Russian sites and also in the backstory of the actual character himself. As I said before, he's taught by his grandfather, so basically he didn't get any training whatsoever. He's basically just grabbed, chucked on the train, and sent straight to the war with nothing else apart from his clothing. And also the Russians are part of the history. The actor, the director, I can't remember his name very well, but he wanted everyone to have a gun. But reading the documents, he had to remove half the cast's weaponry because it didn't look realistic enough. So it's like 3 people per gun, one holding the gun, one holding ammo, one is the third person to grab the gun if the first one gets shot. And here's the actual DVD cover for the whole thing. And yeah, so also I liked it because it was either following the rule third, which is shown in this shot, which is quite a famous shot for gun. It's either looking down the barrel or looking where the gun was there, having a leading line going to the rule third, which was shown quite often more than having symmetry or leading lines. It's more or less rule of thirds was like top priority for most of the shots. And that is the end of the film.
Good stuff. So, any guys' question? I'm going to open
I know it really worked well as an effect, but I think the method runs that on too long because I couldn't concentrate on what you were saying because they were in the background.
Yeah, so I just tried to control the bit, but I couldn't do it. So
I think it was a really good effect to just think.
yeah, do track on it.
Good idea.
I couldn't concentrate on what you were saying.
Yeah.
Most effective.
I really like how your present say it, because I was sitting down and focused on the screen. You stood up, said, "Welcome to 1940s Russia," I think you said.
Yeah.
And you basically stood up, actually said where we are, and actually very probably that was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was very nice presenting. You did it very well. You proper went into detail about it. It was like a history lesson, and I like history. I like the film as well. So
Yeah.
that's what it does.
So it's also the reason why I picked it because about 2 years ago I was part of an organisation in Yorkshire called War Weekend, where they basically reenact battles and stuff, and I was basically always picked for the Germans to be grenadier, or I was lucky enough for 1 year to be an actual tank driver for a Type 2, which surprisingly is actually quieter than some of the modern day tractors, because when you're sitting inside, it's like you're cramped in a tight space, but it's like I was expected to be noisy, but it's very quiet and that. So I've actually got how it was felt to be a tiger, and you didn't have nothing, all you had was like that much to look for, and you couldn't see anything. So I got the feel from the side of what a German would be in a tank, and if you got shot, you couldn't see where it got from, so you could be going into blind lines or anything. So
I liked the kind of dark tone to it to represent the kind of wartime era. I liked the way that
bit more grey.
yeah, it's like dark grey kind of background, dark background. It worked well with like the setting of what you're presenting. I think that was a nice touch to it.
John?
I like the noise that you had in the background, but I thought at sometimes that it was a bit unnecessary because it was kind of over the top when you were speaking.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd experiment with something, such an option.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was really cool.
It was good, yeah.
Added, I think. Maybe it was just maybe the time bit too loud at times.
Yeah.
I think it was a cool thing to do.
I think you could have said a little bit more about the poster.
Yeah.
Because he said, as I said, the story is about sort of just a farm boy that's just been sort of dumped in war. You could have said more about how the poster presents that, because it's just him on his own in the sort of war zone. He's been dumped. You could have probably said more about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that the poster was a DVD cover, but it says coming soon on.
Yeah, so it's put on a DVD cover, like, yeah, those like previews, like you have not game saying like this game, like say it's coming soon. It's like one of the first ones, so it's like one of those like images you have on the DVD website like Amazon, where it says like coming soon, and then it gets replaced. So I can't find the original cover, but that's like the early cover, what it might have looked like.
To be fair, you did say could be good.
I think that it was really good. I thought it was a great presentation, and I like the way you stood up at the front and addressed it. It's totally different, isn't it? When somebody just, and you guys don't know this yet, so that's cool. But if you just concentrate on the computer, talking to the computer, then you don't feel as much. You don't feel like you're part of the presentation as much, do you? Whereas if you stand up at the front and go, right, we're in Russia, and there's like guns going off, then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, okay, this is exciting. Yeah, so that's really cool. I think sometimes I would have liked to have known a little, like maybe condense the storyline a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't say so much about the story. It's really easy to get really into the storyline and stuff, and more about the production.
Yeah.
Yeah? But it was wicked. Hold on.
Same with Jack as well, just like Jack's point form rather than big long paragraphs.
Yeah.
Too difficult to read and listen to at the same time.
Yeah.
So you know your stuff, a few points would have been perfect.
Was that stopped?